Every company using AI right now is making the same mistake. They connect their model to their CRM, they plug it into Slack, they give it access to Google Drive, GitHub, and their data warehouse. And then they wonder why the output feels generic, like it was written by someone who's read the org chart but has never actually worked there. Here's the thing, access is not the problem. The model's understanding is. And today, I'm going to show you the single most underrated AI strategy that fixes it. If you watch your best people work long enough, you start to notice something. They all have patterns. Your best salesperson doesn't just prep for a call. They pull the last conversation, identify the real decision maker, dig up the promise that someone made 3 weeks ago that never made it into the notes. Your strongest support lead reads an escalation differently than everyone else. They pick up on tone, account history, product pain, the subtle signals that this small issue is about to become a big one. Your finance leader doesn't just look at numbers. They know which movements matter, which ones are noise, and which ones need a story before the board sees them. We call this experience, judgment, institutional knowledge. But if we're being totally honest, most of the time it's invisible. It lives in people's heads, in old Slack threads, in docs nobody's updated in 2 years, and it walks out the door every time someone leaves. AI is about to change that, but not in the way most people think. If you're looking to implement these concepts in your organization, I provide AI strategy consulting. Reach out via the link in the description below. Right now, most of the companies treat AI like a utility. Plug it in, give it data, and hope for the best. And look, connecting your systems matters. An agent without access is just guessing. But access alone doesn't create good work. An agent can read every sales note in your CRM and still miss the shape of a deal. It can search every support ticket and still not recognize the customer who needs attention right now. It can open every product doc you've ever written and still produce a PRD that sounds right but misses the actual decision. Because what's missing isn't the information. What's missing is the method, the way your company actually does the work. And this is where skills come in. A skill is not a prompt. A prompt tells the model what to do in one moment. A skill captures a repeatable way of working so the model can apply the same approach every time this kind of task shows up. Think of it like this. A skill packages procedure, the steps someone follows, the judgment they apply, the edge cases they watch out for, and the quality bar they hold. For sales calls prep, a skill might cover how to read account history, what risks to flag, how to frame questions, and what a useful brief actually looks like. For incident postmortems, a skill might define how to reconstruct a timeline, how to separate root causes from symptoms, how to write without blame, and how to turn lessons into actions. For board decks, a skill captures which metrics matter, how to explain movement, what belongs in the appendix, and where the narrative usually falls apart. The format is simple. Anthropic's version is literally a folder with a markdown file and some supporting documents. But the concept is what matters. You're turning the way your best people work into something an agent can load, follow, and apply. By the way, this pattern is older than AI. Unix commands made operationals reusable, shell scripts made sequences reusable, libraries made code reusable, and APIs made services reusable. Skills make judgment reusable, and that is the new layer. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Imagine two companies using the exact same model, same price, same capabilities, same access to data. One just connects a model to its systems. The other connects the model and gives it a library of skills built from how the company's best people actually operate. The second company has a fundamentally different asset. Its agents know how the company prepares for sales calls, reviews contracts, writes launch briefs, handles escalations, and explains financial performance. Not perfectly, not magically, but consistently enough to matter. Every skill becomes a small piece of operational leverage. A good skill prevents the same mistake from being corrected twice. A great skill captures that judgment that used to take years to develop. And here's an interesting note. The most valuable skills will always be private. There'll be public marketplaces, sure, but the skills that actually matter will be specific to your company. Your escalation process, your qualification criteria, your brand voice, your proprietary format. the way you decide what matters. Those are all unique to your organization, and that's knowledge your competitors can't download. So, how do you actually do this? Before you pick platforms and before you evaluate vendors, map the repeated work. Find the workflows where experienced people consistently outperform everyone else. Look for tasks that require judgment, not just effort. Sales calls, customer research, support escalations, PRDs, contracts, forecasts, launches, competitive analysis, release notes. None of these are the job. They're everything wrapped around it. Then sit down with the best person on each team and ask 6 questions. What catches their attention first? What gets overlooked by everyone else? Which examples shape how they approach it? What questions come up every single time? Which mistakes are they actively trying to avoid? And how do they define a task as finished? That is your raw material. Turn it into a skill. Put it to work. Keep improving it and keep the owner close to the work. You don't need 50 skills to start. However, you need a handful that make important work more consistent. And here's the real shift. A company's AI advantage won't come from which model it picks. It'll come from the work it teaches the model to do well. Every company already has skills. They're sitting in old docs, Slack threads, onboarding notes, customer calls, and the heads of the people who know how things really get done. The companies that win with AI will be the ones that start embedding it into the specific workflows where it actually drives outcomes. Your first AI strategy shouldn't be a platform decision. It should be a skill library. If you're a business leader or founder looking to build your first skill library, identifying the right workflows, capturing the judgment your best people apply, and turning it into reusable systems your AI agents can actually run, this is what we do. We'll map your highest leverage workflows, build your first skills, and give you a concrete roadmap so that every agent you deploy works the way your company works. Click the link in the description to book a free AI strategy consultation. Stop giving AI agents access without giving them understanding. If you enjoyed watching this video, hit like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.